Craig returned to Betfred Championship action on Friday against Hunslet. First of all, you must have had a nice weekend off.
Yeah, very good. Eurovision, wasn't it? So we always have a Eurovision party. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but it's a bit cheesy and a little bit brash, but I always enjoy Eurovision every year.
I can imagine it was a bit of a nice needed break for everyone, as I say, coming off the back of that great win in London.
Yeah, it was good. It was nice. It's one of them sometimes when you get a win, you want to turn around straight away and get back into it. But we had a few bumps and bruised bodies then, and I guess it's given us like a nice little bit of a rest there and try and get some bodies back, which we might have a couple back this week. So we're looking a little bit more. The squad's looking a little bit fatter. We've just got the two lads in on loan from Huddersfield as well. So they give us that strength in depth and them competition for places now that we've been crying out for all season, really, rather than having a squad of 18, 19 players. We've got a little bit of competition now.
I just want to touch on that win in London. Hard fought, narrowest 2-point gap, but one that obviously must have really pleased all of the coaching staff and, as I say, must have lifted everyone's confidence.
Yeah, definitely. Any win's great when you're lacking a little bit of form or lacking the victories, I guess, and in the circumstances that we did it as well, losing a half in the first sort of 25 minutes, having to readjust and move people around and just press a reset button at half time and really simplified it and just went direct. And I thought the middles led us really well last week in that second half against London, and you could see by the tries that were scored, they were all from players that were playing in the middle at that particular time. So we reset at half time, made it a little bit more simplistic, and the players just executed really well.
Hunslet are the visitors here on Friday night. I can imagine you, as you say, you've done plenty of preparation for this. Obviously they'll be coming here wanting to get the win, and obviously looking at the league table, it'll be a big game for us and them, won't it?
Yeah, it is. We're both down there at the wrong end of the table, and I guess the pressure on us now is to start stringing a few victories together. And the league is that tight that you can win 2 or 3 games, and then rather than being in the bottom 4, you push it for the top 6. So it's really important that, particularly against the teams that are around us in the table or just slightly below us in the table, that every time we beat a team that's below us, that they've got to win 2 games to get back to the same position. So it's really important this week that not only do we get the victory, but we carry on the progression that we've seen over the last couple of weeks in training and obviously the London games all by getting that victory. So it's really important that we get the victory or work hard to get that victory. It's not just going to come because we're playing at home and we want the victory. We've got to do all the right things and make sure we execute the game plan right and come committed and ready to play.
Just how much of an advantage can we use home advantage on Friday in a game that you describe like that?
Yeah, everybody wants their home ground to be an advantage for them, don't they? And I guess with us playing on that 4G pitch, it's a little bit different to Hunslet's pitch. It's a little bit wider, I guess. Hunslet's pitch in the middle of the athletics track is a little bit small in dimensions. So we've got the home advantage that we need to use to our advantage as well, and hopefully we can do that. But just because playing at home, like I said, it doesn't mean that we're going to win. We've got to do the right things and got to execute our game plan perfectly.
21-man squad came out on Wednesday. Jack Walker, Conor Bower, Taxquaze, all of them back in. How pleasing is it to have 3 players like that coming back into the side?
Yeah, it might be too soon for Jack. I don't want to rush Jack. He's been back in pretty much full training. We're just going to have a look at Jack tonight and assess him and make a final call tonight. But we don't want to push him back too soon. If it means that we leave him out this week and bring him back for York next week, then we'll do that. I think it's really important. With Archie being out as well, that we get a fullback or somebody who can play fullback or in the house as well, getting them back out on the field, because we are a little bit lower numbers in them areas. So we don't want to rush him back too soon. But if he puts his hand up tonight and he says he's ready to go, then he'll play.
And as I say, a couple of days away now from Hunslet. As I say, just how much would it mean to get back-to-back victories for the first time this season?
Yeah, it'll be massive, mate. Yeah, it's not only 2 points on the league ladder; it's also that confidence that winning breeds. Then we can look forward to what will be a tough tie against York the following week. But we don't want to look too far too soon. We want to make sure we concentrate and get the victory this week against Hunslet. But like I said, we've got to make sure that we do all the right things, because if we turned up half cooked, we've already seen in this division that anybody can beat anybody, and Hunslet have got lots and lots of threats as well. They've got 2 real good halfbacks, challenging halfbacks that like to take the line on. Lee Gaskell been around a number of years now, and we know what sort of dangers that he's got. We've got a pack in the middle that are big players, so we've got to handle them as well. So we've got to make sure we turn up, make sure we prepare well in this last session today, and then hopefully we can come and do the job on Friday and then have a nice weekend.